a good thing.
Yeah, sure.
So, yeah, who knows?
The Legend of Zelda for the Wii U has been delayed once again and is now expected to release in 2017 alongside an NX version of the game. Nintendo has announced that Zelda will be the main focus of their E3 panel this year.
How
This is like the most sad announcement I've heard in my life.
Is it that shocking, though?
Has there been
It
a
is
Zelda?
because they've already delayed it so much. I thought this time might actually be the time.
They're
Like,
this
honestly,
close
this
to the
is
NX
why
being out. It's not that surprising.
Don't worry, guys. George R.R. Martin has assured us that Zelda is coming soon.
And it's going to be spectacular.
I have been telling myself that because I don't really need a Wii U, but I want it for a couple games, and I've been telling myself as soon as the Wii U Zelda comes out, I will buy a Wii U.
Well, now you don't
At
have
this
to.
point, I'm thinking I'm going to pass right over the Wii U.
You don't have to. Yeah, you can just get it at the NX now.
You know what? That's the right decision. I mean, overall, morally, just don't. Why would you waste your money? Why would you waste
There's
your
enough
money?
games on there that I would like.
Really?
There's like 5
Really?
games.
Name
And
them.
so I'm like,
Yeah.
okay,
Let's
see.
talk about that, Nika. What
Let's sit
games on
down.
the Wii U would you want to play?
Have a powwow.
Bayonetta 2.
That's my one.
That's fair.
That's my one.
That's fair.
And Hyrule Warriors.
No.
No, no, come on. Look, hindsight is
And
20.
I would buy Super Smash also.
Okay,
Smash
Smash,
is
is
fine.
You can get
Smash
that
is
on your
for-
DS though.
Smash
No,
is
no,
totally
shut the
forgivable.
But they don't cosplay, do they? Like
They-
DS to Wii?
No, they can't.
Exactly, so no.
All right, we'll give you
And then
that
I would
one.
want Zelda, so that's 4. And then I don't know, I think there was another one when I
Yeah,
was
but you've got
browsing
like
the games.
three maybe viable ones. Bayonetta 2
That's why I've
definitely.
been telling myself, okay, as soon as the Zelda game comes out, then I'll buy Wii and I'll buy all these other games too.
Well, it's okay. Now you don't have to.
Yeah,
now you
yeah.
can just skip
Gonna
that
release
and go
it
to
for
the
the
NX.
next one then?
Huh?
Are they going to release it for the next gen, or is it going to be like the end
They-
of Wii
yeah,
U's
they
life?
just-
Yes, there will be an NX version
Yeah,
released
they'll
too.
probably do it the same way they did Twilight Princess. That was released on both the Wii U and
The Wii.
The Wii and the
Wii,
GameCube,
right?
I thought.
Or the Wii
Wii
and
and
the
the
It was
GameCube.
me and the GameCube.
It was,
Oh, was it? Yeah, that's
that
right,
was
yeah.
on 2 though for sure, right?
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
Did the Wii U have a Zelda game at all?
That's what I was just gonna ask.
Yeah,
That's why I
the
haven't
one
bought
where
it.
you're up in the sky, right? Skyward Sword?
Hy-
I love Zelda
Hyrule
so much.
Warriors.
Like, I
Skyward Sword.
literally have been waiting and waiting for a Wii U Zelda, and there has not been one, so I don't
Hang
have a
on.
Wii U.
Was Skyward Sword Wii?
Yeah, Skyward Sword was
Wii.
Wii, bro.
Yeah.
Skyward is
Wii
definitely
U
Wii.
sucks.
Hyrule
It really does.
Warriors.
Stop!
What a terrible system.
Get
If
out.
it was Warriors, I would have bought alongside Zelda, but I'm not going to buy the Wii just for that,
Come on,
you know? So, like,
guys, they're putting Linkle in it, aren't they? Remember Linkle?
Oh, yes.
I refuse to pronounce it Linkle. It's much cuter if you say Linkley.
I guess.
Yeah, you change it, instead of saying Ola, you change it to L-E. You
Nika.
say Lee. It's Linkley.
Oh,
It's a lot cuter that way.
No.
Because Linkle sounds really, really horribly
That's
dumb.
the stupidest name I've ever heard.
thank you. That was the
Nate.
most needed
Linkle
drop
is
ever.
way worse than Linkley. What are you
Nate,
talking about?
I'm gonna draw us a little overlay element. So when Nika says dumb things, you can put like a little dunce cap on her picture on the
I have had
screen.
other people agree with me.
Nika, is it pronounced Tingly in Majora's Mask?
It's actually a word that's spelled different, so no.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I mean, I guess it's really surprising to me that there hasn't been a Zelda game on the Wii
Oh
U.
no,
that
there has. It's called Smash Brothers. There's also been a Final Fantasy game on the
I
Wii U.
honestly thought you were gonna say Hyrule Warriors.
I was kind of ready for that
like
as well.
he's gonna come across that table and he's gonna murder you on stream.
I'm gonna backhand the taste out of your mouth.
Sounds like this might be them finally ready to tap out on the Wii U and just say, you know what, push it back to the NX.
You know what, dude?
because it'll be a great selling title for it.
It will.
It will. You're not wrong. But the thing is that like they really must believe in the NX. They have. I mean, to get this much push internally to even take an entire game and rework it for the NX. I mean, I don't know if I'm worried by that or encouraged.
Well,
I think it's weird that they are dedicating their E3 presentation this year to this game that they've already delayed before and just announced they're pushing back again.
When we've already been hearing so much about the NX, like you would think that this year would be the year for NX, but no, apparently it's going to be the year for Zelda.
Well, they
think
can
about
talk
it this
both.
way. Think about it this way. Let's say that you don't push it back to the NX. All right, you go ahead and you release it on the Wii U. Best case scenario, right? It reinvigorates the console for what, half a year?
Right. I'm not saying it's the wrong call to that. I just think it's weird that they're making their E3 presentation about Zelda.
Yeah. Well, what else are you gonna make it about?
I guess.
The NX. The NX.
Have they,
You
have
don't
they
think they're going to
had
talk
it?
about both?
No.
Well, they've just
I
said
think
that the focal
they
point's
can't
going to be
go all of E3
Zelda.
without talking about the NX. There's no way.
I'm
If-
sure they'll mention it, but like
I'm
they
so-
said, the focal point's going to be the Zelda.
Yeah, if they're saying that the focal point is going to be Zelda and that that's going to be the majority of their E3 presentation, then
I bet they can get both of those in there because it's going to be Zelda on the NX. So there's no way you deliver that presentation without showing off like it's showing off the
Unless
NX
they're
at the
not
same time.
completely retooling for the NX, and the NX is just a port of the Wii U one.
Ooh,
Then in
that'd be
that case,
terrible.
it's not an NX
That'd
like
be
spec game.
terrible.
you could be right. I mean, you could be right. I don't know. I mean, do we even hold out hope that E3 is even still the venue that game companies are going to use to announce new hardware?
Oh well, no, because look, but when it's all said and done, no matter where it's at or what they're announcing, it's still just Nintendo. So why?
Well,
do we
no.
care?
What I'm
it's Zelda.
no. What I'm asking is that is E3 the proper venue to show something like that off? I mean,
don't
given
know
that you've got the Nintendo Direct, you've got the the trade shows that I mean, Square Enix just did one for FF15.
You're right.
That was probably it got way more attention than they would have showing that off at E3.
Well, I feel like at this point, obviously E3 used to be like the big thing, right? It's not anymore, but I don't think anything's really replaced it. You know, there's not like just one big place now where that's the place to show stuff off.
Yeah,
no.
everyone has their own thing now.
Yeah, so I don't really know if there's a better choice or if it's necessarily a worse choice. I mean, what do you think?
And that's sort of the thing is, Chris, you're exactly right that everyone's got sort of their own trade show that they can do their own little insular thing inside of, and you've got, you don't need to worry about media outlets. You can kind of create your own media outlet that'll get hundreds of thousands of views on its own.
And everyone's focused on you. They're not going to be talking about whatever cool thing they just got one
Look,
up on.
Sony's Crash Bandicoot is here.
Exactly. They don't have to be worried about Sony dropping some bombshell announcement that completely overshadows you.
Exactly.
The days of that are passing.
I mean, yeah, but the thing is that everybody watches E3, not everybody watches the Nintendo Direct. I feel like you have a big chance of catching someone who's not a Nintendo fan, who's watching E3 but then happens to see the Nintendo announcements, than announcing it at your own event where like people aren't watching it
There
anyway.
probably is still more mainstream coverage, you're right, but not like it used to be.
Well, not to mention now it's also about, the waves you're making in social media. I never watch any of these things. I just wait for the news and the headlines to hit social media
Right.
and pick and choose what I'm interested in.
Right. I'm just wondering if it's a foregone conclusion to assume that we're going to get a console announcement at E3. I don't think that we can assume that anymore.
They haven't actually given us an actual date on the NX.
No.
Now, to be fair, I believe a couple years ago, both Xbox One and PS4 were announced at
Okay,
E3,
all right.
I believe they
hold
were.
That
on.
wasn't E3 relaunch.
So we get Zelda at E3, then maybe they save one of these other ones like their Nintendo Direct or something for the actual NX announcement.
Could be.
Which
does
would be
Nintendo
more
Direct-
beneficial? I think you would want to do that in reverse. You would do, I think, because I do think that E3 is probably the best venue to announce hardware at.
Yeah.
And
Because you can get other people interested that way.
Yes.
Whereas then announcing Zelda at a Nintendo event would make more sense because people are already fans of Nintendo and will want to play Zelda.
And even though you guys had sort of brought it up before, I think that there is that competitive element that you want to harness and use to your advantage. You can be the darling of an entire console generation by winning the floor at E3. When Xbox One and PlayStation 4 were announced, Sony completely rattled the cage
Yes.
of Microsoft by deking left when when Microsoft thought that they were going to go right, especially on the whole registering discs to the console aspect.
Yep.
Like Sony had put out all of the indications that they were also going to use that type of technology, and Microsoft took the bait, said that they were going to do that in their presentation, and then Sony went, no,
Okay.
we're not going to do that.
That was such a fun watch. Sony literally just pulled the rug out from underneath Microsoft.
Yes.
And then they dropped the price point, which is a better price point, too.
yeah.
And it was a giant middle finger to Microsoft.
Exactly. And it's been so long since Nintendo has been able to win the day at E3. They sort of need a public windfall for their company. I think that would be a huge boon for them. And so, I think that it would behoove them to do an NX announcement at E3 and really try to make it the standout presentation of the entire show.
I hate when you use that word.
What?
Behoove.
Behoove.
Yeah, it just
It's a good
sounds
word.
weird, and it is a good word. But I always picture like a bee horse with hooves. It's so fucking weird.
A bee horse?
Yes.
Now, I picture like a big cow, but you're just chopping off its hooves. Now it's behooved.
You guys are weird.
Yeah.
You're very
I'm
weird.
sorry.
It's a normal word, guys. Come on.
You're the only one who ever says it.
Kotaku says March of 2017, Nintendo NX.
Hey,
Really?
who asked you anything?
Well, that's when Zelda
Kotaku
NX
is
is
saying
coming.
March of
I don't know if that
2017
means
for the
that
NX.
Zelda NX is coming in March, right? I don't know if that
Thank you,
necessarily
Len.
means.
Unconcerned source. Confirmed source.
Unconcerned. This source is not concerned at all.
Yes.
Don't worry, guys.
An unconcerned source is telling us.
Yeah, I heard this thing, but whatever.
I'm not too worried about it, man.
On a bit of sad